Hey, what's up, viewers? It is Raw Fan Patrick Barnes video, and this is episode 5 of Studying Week of Ours. And today's verse comes out of Proverbs 3, verses 1 through 2, and here's what it says: My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart, for they will prolong your life many years and bring you peace and prosperity. And that's that verse being said this morning. Let's get into it. It's time for our Royal Rangers recap. And last night we started a new series. Or a new study. We're talking about freedom in Christ in this study. Ephesians 2 verses 1 through 2 is where what I'm gonna read you to get started. It reads, "As for you, you were dead in your transgressions and sins, in which you used to live when you followed the ways of the world and of the ruler of the kingdom of the air, the spirit who is now at work in those who are disobedient." And that's all for the verse portion of Bible study. And that was the only verse that Rob actually brought up last night. And so we started last night. So Rob started with a video, and I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit of the video about the video and stuff. So the video is so I don't know if you guys ever heard this book. There's this book called Bondage Breaker by the author's name is Neil Anderson, and basically we watched the first I guess like study video, and I'm just gonna read you off my phone the notes. So we're gonna start with this is Creation and Conflict, Bondage Breaker, and the first question is, what is the difference between physical life and spiritual life? And the answer is, well, physical life basically is soul, spirit in unison with the body, and spiritual life is soul, spirit in unison with God. And that's what the difference between physical life and spiritual life is. Let's see. Here's another one. So the next one, let me take a drink quick. Next one is, what are some attributes Adam and Eve had as a result of creation that turned into needs as a result of the fall? Now, if you guys are wondering what we're talking about, we are talking about whenever Adam and Eve sinned and they ate out of the fruit of the tree in Genesis, I think it's 2. And one of them is significance, which is identity, safety and security, and also belonging. These are some effects of that fall. All that are born are separated from God, which means they're spiritually dead. And that was, in our minds, concept of knowing was no longer relational. Life became a never-ending dialogue with ourselves. Next one. Next one is, also with this, hunger, or wait, I skipped a part. In our emotions, first emotion after fall was shame, fear, and guilt. Hunger for self-justification and vindication, basically to show I am in the right, I am not on the wrong side of whatever. That's one of the examples. Another one in this category. In our wills, from one choice to an overwhelming number. I do what I do not want to do. I don't do what I want to do. And I feel like I forgot a part. Another thing, yeah, okay. Next one is basically, the next one is needs from Genesis 1 to Genesis 3. In our relationship, sense of rejection and need for belonging, basically it's in relation to ourselves and also searching for identity. Basically for our identity. In our guilt and shame, need for acceptance and affirmation. Next one. I'm sure there's pretty much more. Oh, yeah, another one is in our weakness and helpfulness, need for strength and also self-control. And I think that's all for the slides. Yes, yes. Before I continue with this Royal Rangers recap, I do want to say one or two things. First of all, be sure you subscribe to this channel. Be sure you ring that bell, and or be sure you like. Be sure you subscribe if you guys are new to this channel, and be sure you guys ring that bell so you guys can be notified when I upload a new YouTube video. And also, the verse for today is Philippians 4, verse 7, and it says, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. And one more thing before I let you guys go today. So, Rob actually ran this. There's another study this evening I'm going to recap tomorrow. And this one tomorrow I'm going to recap. We're going to be looking at the title is called Practicing the Presence. And just a little honorable mention from last night. Now, sometimes you wonder why the things are in these topics. So why do I bring up songs a lot in some of these topics? Well, for some reason, I do want to say one of the reasons is because I have a feeling that it does fit in with what the topic, what I'm talking about, but also it's powerful. And most of the songs I bring up are Christian contemporary songs, but Rob brought up an 80s song last night. So if you guys never heard this band, there's a band called the Eurythmics. I don't know if I said that right. The Eurythmics they were an 80s group that they had a bunch of hit songs and stuff, like, Here Comes the Rain. But there was this one song that Rob brought up that really was interesting, and I just had to throw it into this Royal Rangers recap. And the song goes, "Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something." And if you guys, in case you didn't know, that was "Sweet Dreams Are Made of These" by the Eurythmics. And I was a little confused last night. My mind's like, Rob, why'd you bring up a song by the Eurythmics? This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But anyways, I'm not gonna throw that out. But that was actually interesting. But I'm sure it has something to. I'm sure it has something to do with what we talked about last night. But yeah, but that's gonna do it for this video. Like I said, the song that Rob brought up last night was the Eurythmics song called "Sweet Dreams Are Made of These." If you guys want to check out the book is called Bondage Breaker, and it's by Neil Anderson. So if you guys want to check it out, I suggest you check it out. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Till next time we meet again, viewers, in every way, God's way is always the best way.